You're listening to the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast with Wendy Johnson, episode number 40.
Welcome to the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast, where women come to be inspired and motivated to become the best version of themselves and elevate the quality of their everyday. Now, here's your host, certified life coach, Wendy Johnson.
Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back. I hope your year is starting off beautifully. Today, I want to talk to you about one simple habit to help you get the life you want. Now, typically this time of year, people set goals and visions for the year ahead. That's why you're here. We ask questions such as, what do I want to create over these next 12 months? What is the vision I'm committed to creating this next year? This is the time of year where you're imagining new possibilities, and it's exciting and energizing. New goals fuel us for what we want to accomplish next in our life. And as you know, having a crystal clear vision for the life you dream of is essential for success in every area of your life. Here's the problem. This is where many of us get tripped up and slow ourselves down, or we don't even begin. Why? Well, when you decide what you're going to do, all the reasons why you shouldn't do it, you can't do it, you'll fail to begin, they all rear their heads up. This is called self-doubt and self-sabotage. It's resistance, and resistance is always going to be there. So in this episode of the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast, you'll learn why dreaming of your future can prevent you from showing up. And you'll learn a simple habit you can do right now, especially if you're impatient on working towards your goals. This goal may take a year or it may take longer. Today, you have a constant reminder that right now, you're not where you want to be. In order to know where you're going, you have to know where you are right now. This is a roadmap, and there's a gap between where you are now and where you want to be. There's a struggle. How can I be present with where I am now if I'm frustrated and dissatisfied? Let's use an example. You want to change your job or find a new profession. You've spent years and educated yourself on what you want your career life to look like. But you're still over here. You're doing the grunt work. You can't hire people. You're putting in long hours and you feel completely deflated. Unfortunately, along the way, you've created a cycle of thoughts and you're not moving forwards fast enough. You're never going to get there. It's too hard. Maybe you should just stay where you are in this unhappy place because you're impatient and you're not enjoying yourself and the work you're doing. This is an ants in your pants attitude. This is a game I used to play in my early years. I was so excited to get this new game. It came out in 1969. I was about 4 years old. And the goal of the game was to flick all the pants in a pair of blue suspenders. The first one to get them all in won. This is what you want to do for this particular game, but this is not what you want to do in life. If you're a person with this attitude, you're uneasy, jumpy, impatient, anxious, and restless. And if this is you, I have a solution. What you want to do is show up fully and be present with the future you have that has created the goal. Show up with the energy that is needed to fuel the inspired action. If you didn't listen to the theme word of the year, go back and listen to it. It will help you choose the right energy. You don't like where you are right now. You have to be happy with where you are right now. because the thoughts and actions that you've done in the past have got you here, but they're not going to get you to where you want to go. What does this mean? The one simple habit is to bring your full self to the game of life and show up for your A game. You want to be present. You want to bring your enthusiasm, focus, and love to whatever job you're doing now, whatever area of your life you're dissatisfied with, whatever you're doing and whoever you're with. Show up with your whole heart. You're not waiting for things to be different. You're not waiting for your outside circumstances to change. You're not wanting things to be different than the way they are right now. Why you want to show up fully present is because frustration, impatience, lack of appreciation for where you are is creating resistance to create the momentum and clarity to move forward. So what you want to do is give yourself grace, practice patience, practice acceptance, practice self-compassion, practice being the person who has what you desire. And you have two choices. Choice one is to resist where you are and be unhappy and make yourself miserable because you're not where you want to be. Or choice two is to engage with the moment just as it is. Be fully present, even if there's problems in your environment. You want to be aware and at peace in this moment because it's the only moment you have. The past is over and the future's not here yet. You're creating that. But you're fully alive rather than being lifeless and wanting something to be different. So let's go back to the example of wanting a different line of work. What you want to do is enjoy the work you're doing now without drudgery and complaints. When you do this, you'll perform better and create faster results. That's it, the one simple habit. I hope this really helps you. And I'd love to hear from you. Where in your life can creating Venus, your business, really support you? Where have you honored where you are and where you want to be? If you like this episode, if so, subscribe to the podcast, and it would be amazing if you shared it with friends. I'd be so grateful. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be with you next week. Take care, friends. Bye-bye. Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, you have to come check out More You, my community of like-minded women. We show up to create the highest version of ourselves and elevate the quality of our everyday along the way. Head over to ontraclifecoaching.com/join. That's ontraclifecoaching.com/join. I'd love to see you in there. And if you haven't grabbed your copy of the Mindset Makeover, head over to ontraclifecoaching.com/makeover and get a copy that teaches and inspires you to show up as your most extraordinary self.